Hello there, I am Jessie Elliott. I am a yoga instructor, and I believe that yoga is fulfilled when the mind is clear, the heart is happy, and when the body is fit. And this for you can look different. I say this because yoga and the practice of it and your personal experience of yoga, it's going to look different depending on your personality and your lifestyle. For example, your yoga could be the expression, practice, and appreciation for art. It can be your personal projects or your business. Whatever the case, when you enjoy yoga, you enjoy life, and you're bringing in together the individual spirit along with the universal soul, which is something we all share. And so I give you many blessings to fulfill your yoga, find out what it is, and if you're curious about it, do your research. So today's yoga video is going to be a very short session. This is anytime, anywhere kind of yoga. This is for the college student who's sitting too much, or the worker who's sitting too much, or the very busy person that's always on their feet, always on the go, and can't find the time. I put that in quotation marks because you can find the time. Whether your practice is 2, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 2 hours long and longer than that, you can practice some sort of yoga. And the yoga that I'm sharing today is for energy boosting and for clarity. So most of it is going to be seated, and it's going to be moving asanas as well as breathing. So the first thing I want to go over is the proper yogic breath. So step 1, if you want to write your outline down and you're very organized, step 1 is breathing. So the proper way to have a yogic breath is a full inhalation in and full exhalation out, usually through the nose. So let's practice that together. When you inhale, I'll scoot back so that you can see me fully this time. Don't worry, you don't have to sit like me. You can have a regular cross-legged position. You can even have pillows under your butt if that's what you need. Wherever you are, practice a full yogic breath. Full inhalation in. Fill the belly with air. And deep exhalation out. Allow your belly to relax. Inhale, fill the belly with air. Exhale, allow the belly to relax. Very good. So, we're still in part 1, breathing, but I'm going to come closer this time because I'm going to talk about Ujjayi breath, and I would love for you to hear it. So you may be familiar with this. It's nicknamed Darth Vader breath, or to me it sounds like a baby snoring, but either way, whatever sticks in your mind as to what this is, Ujjayi breath. And if you ever want to reference it, you can always do a Google search online, but I suggest that you talk to a local yoga instructor for the proper practice, and so that you don't hurt yourself, and that you don't hurt yourself also in not just a physical sense, but in your investigation of yoga and what it really means to practice. So we're just going to go over the simple Ujjayi breath. What you want to do is slightly constrict the muscles in your throat, just enough where you have a coolness of breath on the back of your throat. And you're breathing in and out of the nose. And this is what it sounds like. So that's Ujjayi breath. Don't worry about it sounding too loud. Just as long as you can hear yourself breathe, you have a coolness of breath in the back of your throat, and you're inhaling and exhaling throughout your nose. That is Ujjayi breath. And you can practice this for 3 or 5 reps just to get some clarity in the body, because when you're practicing a pranayama, you're moving the energy so that it's not blocked in the physiology. This can help with digestion. It can actually help you with better sleep, And it can help you with energy boosting so that you're not just getting a boost of energy like you would with sugar and you have a depletion at some point in time. This is for the maintenance of energy so that you can carry along throughout the day. And of course, consistent practice helps. So step number 1 is breathing. That was a full yogic breath and ujjayi breath. So now we're going to move on to step number 2. Let's talk about some easy stretching that you can do anywhere at any time, and that you don't look too crazy when you take your break in the middle of the day and you're in a public place. So I'm going to scoot back again so you can see my entire body. For this, we're going to use a swastika position. So let me show you properly how to get into swastika. You're going to spread the legs out far, and I like to move around my feet so that, I'll show you here. I like to move around my feet so that my ankles have some flexibility. Also, it helps with the hips. If you actually put your hand on your hip and you're moving your ankles, you'll see that your hips are moving as well. And that's usually a problem area for most people. So, after you have your legs spread out and you moved your feet around, you moved your hips around a little bit, you're going to bring the right heel into the origin of your left inner thigh. Do the same with the left foot. And then you have your half lotus or swastika, depending on what perspective of yoga you're coming from. So if this isn't comfortable for you with your big toe tucked out this way, then it's fine. Just go into a regular cross-legged position. At least you tried. So moving on to step number 2, the stretching. So we want to bring in that yogic breath into the body, not just into the belly and not just into the lungs, but we want to focus on bringing the energy around the entirety of the body. That's the goal here. And you can use this for relieving grogginess in the morning, or relaxation for your nightly routine, or just a break in the middle of the day. And again, these are very simple, basic postures, because if you're in the middle of public, you don't want to look that crazy. This is for the modern yogi and yogini. So inhale up. Bring those palms together if you can. You can even interlace the fingers to straighten the elbows. Your gaze, or your drishti, is up at the thumbs. If this is too much stress on the neck, you can look forward. And if this is too much stress on the arms, you can bring the arms out, even out here. Whatever's comfortable for you. 1, 2, or 3. On your exhale, your next exhale, bring the hands down. So if you paid attention, and roll those shoulders back, remember to roll those shoulders back. If you paid attention, you're really enlivening the upper body here. And your legs are your base, so you're engaging your legs as well for balance. So let's do that again together. Inhale up with the hands. Remember your position of comfort. Wherever you are today, you can look up, you can look forward. And on your next exhale, bring it down. And you can even do this when you're standing. When you're standing, you'll inhale up, and when you exhale, you're going to slowly move forward, bringing the hands down. Just go as far as you can go. If you can't touch the ground, that's fine. Put your hands on your legs. So another enlivening, moving posture, I like to call it moving posture because you're not just sitting still. We're going to do a back twist. So for this, you're going to start with your hands on your knees. And we'll do the right side first. So take your left hand and put it on the top of your right knee. And this right hand is staying on the top of the thigh. You want that brace there. You can even grab it just slightly so you have balance. Okay? Once you have that, turn all the way around with an exhale. You can look towards the side, or you can even go further and look over your right elbow. Not your elbow, your shoulder. And on your inhale, come forward, facing the front. We'll do that again on the other side. Remember to keep your left hand on the top of your left thigh. You're going to bring the right hand over onto the top of the knee there. Keep the hand open. Make sure the shoulders are rolled back for good posture. And on an exhale, turn to the side. And if you feel like you need a deeper stretch, look over the left shoulder. Use that ujjayi breath. And on your next inhale, come forward. So far we practiced breathing techniques, a full yogic breath, ujjayi breath, and then we moved on to step 2, which is stretching. So you're getting your full inhalation up, full exhalation down, and then you're getting your back twist. And the whole time you could be using your breathing techniques there. And the last and most important, I think, depending on whatever asanas you're doing or whatever techniques that you're doing, is rest. You don't want to just jump up and get into the next activity. So part 3, step 3, would be relaxing. And you can do this sitting, or you can lay down in shavasana, where you're just laying on your back, corpse pose. And again, if you need more information, you can always reference Hatha Yoga Pradipika. That's where I'm getting my information from. Or you can talk to your local yoga instructor for very detailed explanations of what I'm talking about today. So we went over step 1, breathing exercises, step 2, stretching. Now we're at step 3, relaxation. I like to use a mudra. The mudra that we'll use today will be Yoni mudra. You're going to take the last 3 fingers and interlace them, keeping the index and the thumbs out. Once you have that, you're going to put the pads of your index fingers together and the pads of your thumbs together. And once you have it, the thumb should be pointing towards you, the fingers should be pointing away from you. This is Yoni mudra. This is good for bringing the mind and the heart together and just really solidifying unification. Practice of yoga here in the hands, hasta mudra, hand gesture. You can close the eyes and just have a simple awareness on your heart. Bring all the energy to your heart. This is where we integrate, where we bring all of our experiences together, and this is where we experience balance. After a moment, at least a minute, you can bring the hands together in a prayer position here. This is called Samastiti. And that concludes our short session of yoga for energy boosting and clarity. Remember your steps. Step 1 is breathing, a full yogic breath, as well as ujjayi breath. Step 2 is stretching, getting your full motion of body and using that spine, flexing the energy there. And step 3 is rest, using your hasta mudra, hand gesture, and relaxing for at least a minute or 2 before moving to your next activity of the day. Anytime, use your break, and I believe if you enjoy yoga, you'll enjoy life. Peace and blessings.